Hey, League, coming to you here from 78 degrees San Ramon. Probably a little bit cooler than that right now. Um, yeah, sun tanning out here. Beautiful day. And it's perfect because it's a beautiful week for fantasy basketball. Um, this is it. This is, playoff week. It all comes down to this. And, it's unfortunate for the half of the league that's not in contention right now. For them, it's just another week. But for Bert, Eric, congratulations on securing playoff positions. Um, as for Drew, the duo, and myself, we're going to battle it out, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be good, and a lot of great matchups. Like I'm saying, we'll start last week. You hear that playing? Yeah, last week. I mean, it was a good. I mean, they was just back and forth with everybody. I'll wait till he's done. Hold on. Get a message here. Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. So you had Michael almost took me down, and it seemed that maybe he was checking the league finally at the end there, but it's a little too late for him. I was lucky to pull that out. My team is injury riddled, and it is just and it's not just anybody. My best players are getting hurt, and it's ridiculous. And we'll get back to that in a minute. You had the Drew and the duo, which down to a field goal. It was so close. I mean, it was just it could have gone either way, and it just Drew caught a break. He caught a massive break. Was very lucky that Detroit was getting destroyed. So he comes out with a win, and right now he's currently in third. However, that does not secure him a playoff spot. And the duo, they say they're in fourth right now, but they're actually in fifth because I own the tiebreaker over them. Yeah, barely. I know. 9-3-1. I own them by essentially half a category. But, so it becomes down, and then there's them. And the scenarios I'll get to in a sec. Finish up last week. Ramirez, we didn't think he was going to win, but he beat Frank, or excuse me, he beat Braden. Braden, unmanned, had a decent week. It's impressive. It's a shame he's gone, though. He could have really played upset, but it's not going to happen. So Matt gets a win. It's a moral victory. And same with Frank. Frank's just trying to get back to like a 9-10, which is very possible. He faces a favorable matchup against Matt this week, and I would think that Frank takes that. And then you had Bert and Eric, which was a showdown. Excuse me. Yeah. The bird said, "Bless you." Yeah, so thank you. Yeah. It was just a showdown. You had the two countrymen going at it. They were throwing fist punches at each other's faces. They were taking down men one by one, and it really, to me, I don't know how Eric did it because his team has been injured too, and he's scrapping here and there, but he just gets the clutch players, the clutch wins, and it's just changing the every aspect of what's going on. And Bird, on the other hand, not a terrible week, but that's kind of choking. That's a little, that's a little Justin Verlander choke right there. I mean, or in his case, what could we say? A Broncos choke. I mean, the Titans choke. Whatever. I still think Burt is the the uh, top dog in the playoffs. So whoever ends up in the third slot, which could very well be me if I get the win over Drew or Drew, it's going to be a wild match. So Burt gets he'll pick up the win this week against Andrew. Who, by the way, Andrew has the toughest schedule. He's got to face Burt 3 times. That's as tough as it gets. And then you had so then this week you also got Eric. He's going to beat Michael, so that's why he's secured the number 1 slot. I mean, we've seen chokes before, so I don't know. I guess nothing's for sure, but presumably the 1 seed is Eric's. Presumably the 2 seed is Burt's, and I have to play Drew this week, and the duo has to play Braden. And Braden, if Braden beats the duo, things could get very interesting, because if I lose and the duo loses to Braden, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it happens, then I will squeeze in as the 4 seed and play Eric, and then the duo will be eliminated. Now, if I beat Drew and the duo loses, then so the duo has to win. But that's bottom line. The duo needs to win. I mean, at least according to my. I'm going to check that one more time, but I think the duo has to win in order to secure a slot. Well, actually, no. Yeah, they got to win to secure a slot. And that, it could be the third or the fourth, depending on who's, if they win and Drew loses, they'll get the 4 seed since I own the tiebreaker and I'll have the 3. Or if Drew beats me, I'm out, assuming that the duo beats Braden. So there's a lot of then Drew will get the 3rd seed and the duo will get the 4th seed. So there's a lot of scenarios going down, and we all need to win. That's the bottom line. I don't know what that was, but yeah, we all need to win. That's the bottom line, and whoever loses is probably out. It's just that's the way it's going to be, because there's 3 guys for 2 spots. So it's going to be great to watch. Now, previewing the matchups, and maybe my predictions, the really only big one is me against Drew. The others are pretty predictable, and I mean, you can pretty much who's going to win. The duo is playing Braden, Frank is playing Matt, Bert's playing the duo, Bert's playing Andrew, and Eric's playing Michael. So it's really just me against Drew, the classic rivalry, and we have to play each other 3 times a year. And it's I'm shorthanded. I realize that. Millsap was not going to play tonight. Carmelo has been banged up. CP3 could go down at any second. Aldridge rolled his ankle last night. I mean, that's great. Jamal Crawford's got his sore ankle or whatever. I mean, you just go down the list. And Monroe was hurt last week. So, going into the week, I'm already losing a game from Millsap. Could lose a game from Crawford. Could lose a game from Aldridge. Carmelo's not at 100%. So, I'm in big trouble. And I don't know how I'm going to do it with LeBron and Dwight each have 4 games. And that's just them. I mean, Drew could say, "Oh well, Noah has 2 games," but that doesn't really. I mean, you know that Noah in 2 games is still going to put up, um, I don't know, 25 points. He might get like 8 blocks. He might have 10 steals. He might have 15 assists. He might have 20 offensive rebounds. You don't know. I mean, so at the end of this, I might be saying to myself, "You've got to be Joakim me," because it's a tough matchup, and I'm shorthanded, and the league knows that I'm the underdog. Um, but that's I can't. I need that motivation, and um, Matt has already told me that Drew has LeBron. That's it. Eric disrespecting the league commissioner, saying, "When I miss the playoffs, will I discuss trade?" I think that's a big no-no. It's disrespectful. You telling me when I miss the playoffs, and then and losing Granger, and Drew claims, Drew had to teach Eric a lesson, and he picked up Granger, trying to squeeze, a last minute pickup in to beat Burt. And it's this is fantasy basketball. It's good. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of nasty. It's a lot of back and forth. I love that, but you never disrespect the commissioner, and you never know the consequences of that could be. And you better be careful what you say, because there is an off chance that I play Eric in the playoffs, and we know what the Thayers have done, or Theron sucks, have done to Yi this season, and it hasn't been pretty. So, yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna come down to the wire. Midweek, I'll have the article out. A lot of stories. The Joe Balla's investigative unit has returned from Berkeley with a report. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then spring break. Mr. Paz is returning, and it might come down to the last 2 days, and Drew and I will be here to watch together. So might see our own death. Yeah. So, and then for those of you out, just prepare your press conference statements. The reporters will be out there. The media is going to be waiting to hear what you have to say. Good luck to everybody. I wish you all the best. And, just keep swishing.